For this assignment, you will be negotiating a car sales contract between the seller and the buyer. For this project, one of you is going to be the car seller and one of you will be the car buyer. If you happen to have 3 people in your group, one person can be the seller and you can have 2 people co-buying the car. The car seller should read the first scenario. You are selling your 2018 Acura RDX, which you paid about $46,000 for. You have a number of features and extra things that you purchased that you may or may not want to throw in with the car. The buyer of the car, however, only wants to pay around $40,000, doesn't really like the color red, and is a little indifferent about some of the features. The goal of this project is for you two to negotiate the sale of the car. Things that you need to negotiate are, first, the price of the car, the whether or not you want the floor mats, the trailer hitch, the phone stand, and if and when the dents will be removed from the car. Both of you need to try and get as much for the car as you can. So obviously the car seller is trying to get as much money from the buyer of the car, and the buyer of the car wants to get a good deal. So you guys need to negotiate and see whether you want to pay a higher price and have more features, or maybe a lower price and not include any of the extras. It's up to you. But you will record what you come up with over here on the right. So the total price of the car, how much for the floor mats, the trailer hitch, if you want it, the phone stand, and decide who will remove the dents and when it will be done. After you decide all of the details, it's time to actually write up the contract. So on this next page, this is where you'll actually write the contract. So the introduction is where you'll put all of the details of the seller and the buyer. So anything in bold and italicized, you'll erase and fill in with the information. So your names, use your actual names for the buyer and the seller. The addresses you can make up, and as well as the date and the year. In the body, this is where the specifics go. So everything from this table up here should be clearly laid out in the body of the contract. You can choose to write everything in paragraph form, or you can choose to make bullet points, as long as it's all listed out in specific statements that cannot be misinterpreted. Then finally, you just fill in the names down here in the conclusion. You can keep all of the rest of the wording. Then you are going to print out this second page of the contract on the printer. I have set you up with desktops that are set up to print to my printer. If you need help, just call me over and ask, and I'll help you print it. Once we print it out, then we'll actually sign the contracts and print our names, and someone will have a new 2018 Acura RDX. All right, get started.